Thanks for checking out ChartGuys.com, home of technical analysis education in both the stock market and cryptocurrency worlds. See the links in the description of this video for more information on our two courses, entries and exits on the fundamentals of technical analysis, as well as our new course on trading cryptocurrency strategy. Purchase both and receive a 20% off bundle discount. Thanks for checking us out. Let's get on to the technical analysis. Hey everyone, checking in on the big three and NEO here on the daily and the shorter term time frames. Actually, let's start it off on the weekly because I want to keep in mind the longer term perspective here because there are setups forming that we need to be aware of. One of them is the potential equilibrium pattern that I'm looking for on these weekly charts. The first with Bitcoin here, we have the all-time high, the low of the pullback. That could be our lower high here at 44.70. And if we get follow through and lose the daily higher low pattern, then we will look for the weekly chart to pull back and establish a higher low somewhere in the upper $3,000 range to continue this tightening pattern. We can see Ethereum on the weekly is very clearly an equilibrium pattern with our high, low, lower high, higher low, and we're now looking to see a lower high potentially at 312.75. Not confident that that is our lower high just yet. But again, it's just a very clear tightening pattern, and we will see a clear break of this tightening pattern in a few months, and that will give a really nice indication on the midterm direction from there. But as of right now, anticipating the volatility to continue to drop off a bit as these weekly charts do tighten up and volume drops off with them. Litecoin does not have the same exact setup due to the crazy run that we had. We have the all-time high, the pullback, and haven't really seen much other than that besides multiple inside bars on the weekly time frame. We will get a nice inside bar break here on this weekly time frame, likely next week. That's something to be keeping an eye out for, but in terms of the overall equilibrium pattern, not seeing the same setup as the other two names. And NEO, potentially the same. There's our high, low of the pullback, lower high might be 39.46, and we'll look to form a higher low compared to 13.14. So a bearish candlestick on the weekly for NEO, a bearish candlestick for Bitcoin, bearish candlestick for Ethereum. So just something to keep in mind overall. So checking in on the daily time frame of these names, we have Bitcoin. In the video yesterday, I anticipated a higher low compared to 40.15 to keep the higher low pattern intact on the daily. And then from there, it was a question as to whether or not we can break 44.70 and continue this uptrend, or if we cannot and we don't have the bull volume to back it up, we set a lower high and see the range tighten up a little bit. But this is a very significant turnaround for the bulls. It wasn't backed by a lot of volume, but our new higher low is 41.50, and we have broken. Actually, we have not yet. That's the next key resistance we're looking at, and we'll look at that on a different time frame in just a moment. But that's a clear bullish reversal candlestick on the daily, and we look at the 4-hour time frame, and we're trying to reverse this trend. So it's a clear lower high, lower low pattern on the pullback, a very significant bounce, are on our way to a bullish MACD cross, and we have to break 43.44 to break this lower high pattern. If we pull back from here, it's just another lower high, 43.44, 43.34. So a $10 lower high, and depending on how this pullback goes, then the bears still have that lower high pattern. That being said, this bounce has enough magnitude that we can anticipate a higher low to form on this consolidation. So that's what we're looking for now. Healthy consolidation after a significant breakout and a higher low to form, and then we'll see if the bulls can break that double top. Hourly time frame, healthy consolidation underway after that big bull move. Again, you can see when that bull move started, the bull volume was not there in the first few candlesticks. It did pick up on the last candlestick, but not really that impressive in terms of volume, but certainly impressive in terms of price action. So our higher low right now is 42.80. The bulls would love to hold that level and try and see a break of that 43.44 level. If we break 42.80, we know further consolidation is coming, and there's not a ton of support nearby because of how significantly the bulls moved up. So we have to be cautious as to how far we could pull back before we do establish that higher low. Ethereum on the daily time frame is also forming a higher low compared to 278. It is a bullish reversal candlestick trying to follow through. The key resistance is up at 304.69. The 4-hour time frame also has not broken the lower highs. Clear lower high, lower low pattern. Resistance to break is 295, and the high of this move is 294.50. Same thing as Bitcoin, almost a double top. The hourly time frame is now consolidating. It's still healthy. We've hardly pulled back on the hourly, but the bulls have to break 295 to break that lower high pattern for the bulls. Zooming in on the 15-minute time frame, we can see Ethereum is keeping up a higher low pattern on the 15-minute. And if that breaks with 293.60 breaking, then we know some further consolidation on the hourly is coming, much like we have seen on Bitcoin, that we have not seen on Ethereum yet. So just comparing again, Bitcoin slightly pulling back with some lower wicks, Ethereum really just trading sideways and continuing to hold strong. Litecoin on the daily time frame, also trying to form a higher low, but we did break the support level by 10 cents. So 50.35 and 50.25, we're trying to form a bullish reversal candlestick. We are closer to a bear break on the daily time frame for Litecoin than we are on the other names. That being said, we are also closer to a bull MACD cross on the 4-hour than we are with those other names. We are nowhere near breaking this lower high pattern right now. On the 4-hour, we have 51.75 and 51.61, so I guess that was pretty close. But this clear level, 53, is the clear level the bulls want to break. So we're consolidating now. The bulls need to form a higher low on the hourly. You can see we're getting tight, trading sideways. If we pull back, we'll look for a higher low compared to 50.60, and then we have to see a break of 51.61 and 51.75 for the bulls to continue this move and for the daily chart to try and get follow through. Keep in mind, these daily charts are forming bullish reversal candlesticks. We have to confirm them tomorrow with this follow through. If the 4-hour time frames do not break the lower high pattern and start forming higher lows and higher highs, we know that this is just a short-term bounce that doesn't have any real backing behind it. So on Litecoin shorter term time frames, we can see that 15-minute higher low pattern is close to breaking, same as Ethereum. Those 15-minute charts look more similar to each other than the Bitcoin 15-minute chart. And Bitcoin just had a little dump here on the 5-minute. You can see the oversold RSI, a nice little dip entry opportunity, 42.80, and here we are up $20 in just 10 minutes from that oversold bounce. So the bulls are still present, and we did trigger some stop losses by breaking below this 42.88 level, but we're watching the hourly consolidation for that higher low and higher high, which will translate into higher highs on the 4-hour time frame and give those 4-hour time frames the bull MACD cross as well. NEO USD on Bittrex here. So the daily time frame is very similar to Bitcoin. We had our higher low. This is where I said we anticipated Bitcoin to form a higher low compared to this level. For NEO, it was 25.94. Now we have a higher low, 28.60, and a bullish reversal candlestick. Bulls have to confirm this tomorrow. A lot of people like playing NEO because the percentage gains and losses, it's more volatile than Bitcoin, but it's following the same pattern. So if Bitcoin's going to be bullish, we can look at NEO to see more significant percentage gains. The 4-hour time frame, again, just another lower high. We have to form a higher low and a higher high to get this 4-hour bull MACD cross and to reverse the momentum on this consolidation. These two candlesticks alone are not even close to doing it. The hourly time frame looking for that higher low to establish and to get that higher high to see that follow through. But as of right now, we are in consolidation mode with Bitcoin. Let's see if we got that little 5-minute dump like Bitcoin just did. And fairly close. That's about when we saw Bitcoin's 5-minute dump. So the correlation is definitely there. We dumped 20 minutes ago. And for NEO actually dumped a little bit sooner, about 30 minutes ago. So that's what we're watching on all three of these big names. Our higher low is established on the daily. The bulls must follow through and break the lower high 4-hour pattern. And we will see if they're able to do so over tonight. And if they are, that's going to give the bulls some confidence into tomorrow morning. I appreciate you watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.